The Broncos offense finally coming alive in Week 4 against the New York Jets. 37 points scored. That was their highest point total since Week 14, that blowout win in Houston last year against the Texans. Welcome back to Broncos Weekend, everybody. Yeah, the Week 4 performance for the Broncos offense was exactly what Broncos country was looking for. But now, the Patriots, a true test of the Broncos offense. However, the Broncos offense, they're going to have Phillip Lindsay back. Tim Patrick is on the rise. So what does it mean for Broncos Offensive Coordinator Pat Shurmur? We sent Steve Atwater to ask the hot-button questions of the Broncos OC.
Pat, hey, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me on the show. Congratulations on the victory last week. Got to feel great to get that first victory under your belt for the season.
Yeah, it did. I feel like we've played a little bit better each week. I think we made more plays, made less mistakes, and we were able to get the ball in the end zone the last game, and I think that's key. We had some scoring opportunities. We got the ball down in the red area a couple times in the first few games that, we should have been scoring in the 20s, and I think that's what we got to shoot for. And when we got opportunities to score points, we got to take advantage of them, and we did that the other night.
Hey, let's start with Drew Lock right quick. What's his progress at this point? When can Broncos country expect to see him back on the field?
Yeah, it's hard for me to predict. He's doing more each day. Yesterday he was on the field doing what quarterbacks do, run around and throw the ball. And, he looked good. But I think it's still going to be a little bit of a process getting him back. But, he's made good progress to this point. Fortunately for us, his injury is just one of those deals where it was just going to take some time before he could come back. And, we like how he's progressing.
Yeah, what's good is not a career-ending injury or, season-ending injury. We're fortunate for that. So now Brett Rippon, he's stepped in, did a nice job last week. With all the additional reps he's been getting during practice, knowing that he's, probably going to be the guy starting. That's got to boost his confidence. What are some areas of Brett Rippon's game that you like most?
Well, I think he does all the things, from the, hearing the play to calling the play to doing the right things at the line of scrimmage. He does all that extremely well, and I think he understands what he can do. He can get the ball down the field like he displayed the other night, which is good. I think he's a very accurate passer as well. He can move around, and I think, he just has a feel for playing the position. And I think the big thing from the other night is just there were a couple of plays he'd like to have back. So we got to take that couple plays down to one or two, and then just stay efficient. When a big play shows up, take advantage of it, and just help execute the offense and help get us in the end zone and ultimately help us win the game.
Because now Cortland Sutton, when he went down, I think everybody just figured that, hey, Jerry Jeudy's going to be the next guy up. But man, Tim Patrick, he stepped up as well. Although Jerry Jeudy's still in the mix, he's still making plays. But man, Tim Patrick has stepped up to the plate, doing some really good things. Now, what about his game is allowing him to see more targets here lately?
Well, I think Tim's is a really fine football player, and he embraces all the elements of playing wideout. He's when we're running the ball, he's a good blocker. He's got good size. When we throw it to him, he catches it. And I think he's one of those guys that you love to have on your team. He can play outside both X and Z. He's very multiple that way, so he's smart. He can get lined up. So as a coach, it's very comforting to have a guy like him in there. And then when he's presented with chances to make plays, he's made them at this point. So, I think that's what he brings. I think he's a really fine football player, and we're certainly fortunate to have him.
Yeah. Also, hey, Garrett Bowles at that left tackle, he stepped up. He's been playing well. To what do you credit his improved play? I mean, I know he didn't play terribly last year, but a lot of people, have been kind of hard on Garrett. But, why do you think he's playing a little bit better this year?
Well, I don't know. I'm watching him with fresh eyes. So, I don't have any preconceived ideas about, who he is as a player. I wasn't here for all that. I do know this. He's extremely tough. He's extremely durable. And, that's what you need to be a player in this league, especially a lineman. And he's had to block some outstanding rushers. And, the the thing I value the most and the thing that's demanded in our sport are guys that are tough and competitive, and that's what he is. And so we just are encouraging him to do those things. I tried to quickly develop a good relationship with him, and I've enjoyed our conversations and working with him. And I know Munch and Coop do an outstanding job, working with him. And, I'm pleased that, he's being noticed as a guy that's playing well. And I think when we watch it on the coach's tape, we see the same thing.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him too. He's a guy who works hard. He wants to be great too. So happy to see him doing well. Now, we haven't seen Phillip Lindsay and Melvin Gordon, only a few plays earlier in the season.
Right.
And, when they shared the field, it's been kind of really an effective combo. What stands out about each player and, what they've brought to the table so far?
Well, I think they're both effective runners, and within our run scheme, we're able to embrace whether we run off tackle zone or inside zone or, our gap scheme where we pull and block down. I think they both can run all of those types of runs, which I think are important. Phillip's probably a little bit quicker. I think, when you look at Mel naturally, probably a little bit more physical, and that's just probably natural to their body types. But they're
big DBs not want to tackle them when they look at them.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you either got to run them over or make them miss. I think they're an effective combination of both. And so, I think what you see is what you get from each guy, and there's a place for them both to be on the field. There's also a place for them to both share time. We're just happy that we're going to get Phil back. We really had high hopes for him, but there's 3/4 of the season left, and I really do believe that if you're going to be effective running the ball and you're going to have a dynamic, really running back room, it takes more than one guy, and we're fortunate there. Also, we have Royce, who's had some quality snaps for us. It takes a room of running backs, in my opinion, in today's football. Just like it takes, in my opinion, a quarterback that can fix some things outside the pocket. I do think it takes a room of running backs if you're going to have an effective running game. And as we get Phillip back, the room gets better.
That's right. Hey, Pat, thanks so much, man. Best of luck this week. Keep up the great work.
All right, take care. Thanks, Steve.